So in this video, we're going to be talking about one thing that is usually overlooked with squats, and that's your knee mobility. Before we dive into the specifics of that, please give us a comment, like, follow, share. We really want to grow this channel and we want it to deliver value to you. So if any of those things come out, just give us a like and a share. So a lot of times what I see in the squat, people really focus on the big muscles, which is great. You focus on your hip mobility, focus on your thoracic spine, your ankles, but your knee is also moving during the squat. And there's a key there that you have to really address to make sure it's moving efficiently, right? When I go to bend my knee, the tibia actually internally rotates a little bit. When I extend it, externally rotates. So I'm not saying this is the thing that's going to be the driving factor in you increasing your weight by 50 to 100 pounds, but it can move the needle forward. And it also can keep your knee healthy. And that's, in the end of the day, is what you want. You want to be able to be healthy so you can continue to squat for a long time, right? So we're going to dive into some specific drills. The first one is going to be a self-assisted mobility, right? As a PT, we do some mobilizations to people's joints, but you can also do it on yourself. Self-feedback is important without over-cranking the joint because you don't want to cause injury, right? So the first one is if I grab my tibia, kind of around it like a tree trunk, and I'm squeezing. And what I'm doing is I'm twisting like a wash rag and I'm turning in. That's internal rotation. And from there, I'm bringing my knee forward, right? So we're mimicking what the knee should actually be doing during knee flexion. And if that doesn't feel good or feels a little funky, try the other way too. See what that feels like. It's not going to hurt you as long as you're not cranking on the twisting. Because you can crank on the twisting, which like we use as a test for meniscus, so don't over crank. But it should feel relatively good because that's what your knee joint wants to do normally. So the second one we're going to review is really a gapping. A lot of times I see, and personally I have this, is my flexion, my knee flexion. When I get to the really end range, it could be some pain, whether it's meniscus irritation or the joint is swollen. So we can mimic a gapping. So as you flex, you're actually creating some space in the tibia, which allows for more flexion of the hips and the knees. So all you need here is like a towel roll. You're going to put that under your knee. And from there, you're just going to really sit back. Now you have to make sure this is leveraged nice and high because that's what's going to create the gapping, right? So now as I sit back, I'm pushing, and it actually feels pretty good on my knee. So again, dynamically, we're holding and then coming back. Just some knee gapping there. The last one we're going to talk about is a little dynamic movement, and it's just a lunge with a twist, right? So you're adding the twisting motion to your knee. A lot of times the twisting is what causes pain, but if you train that twisting motion, it ideally should prep you for any sort of movement that your knee's going to be twisting in. So all we can do is like a reverse lunge position. We're actually going to start in like a split stance. So we'll start, they call it a warrior in yoga, where one foot's forward, one foot's out. And from here, we're going to turn forward, lunge down, come up, and turn as we lunge. So we're creating the twisting on that back leg. Down and up. You want to be driving from the knee rather than from the hip. That's going to really cause the tibia to do its rotation flow. All these things can help with your squat. They can help enhance it. But again, like I said, this isn't going to move you from 400 to 500, but it's going to help you and it's going to give you longevity. So I hope you like that. If you did, please comment, like, share. Thanks for watching.